Welcome to Rokani Media Football, second video of the day, where you're watching us from. I go by the names of Rokani David. Rokani Media is the football channel that you're really watching me on, and obviously I'm here to bring you what the game of Wolverhampton Wanderers and Man City, the early kickstarter tomorrow, is really going to go on and really take place. Remember, Arsenal is playing against Brentford. That is on Sunday, and we'll be here to really dissect that game of football. I think it's going to be the last video of the day onto this channel, which goes by the names of Rokani Media Football in here onto our channel. Now, today we are here to talk about Man City. I think very many big games have been really written off. We had to see Chelsea play Liverpool over the weekend, but it has been really pulled off by the Premier League because the security is not going to be enough. The remains of the Queen are really going to be brought in London. That's why such games have been pulled off. But obviously, we are trying to adapt to it that really come out and be breakthrough games either for you, because that would have been one of the best analyses that I was really feeling for myself to go in and dissect Liverpool and Chelsea. Chelsea having a new manager, trying to make a new formulation. Liverpool struggling to put in another gear to see either they really go back to gear 5 where they completed the season from, because they were just a point behind Man City to lose the Premier League to Man City, and obviously they lost the Champions League finale to Real Madrid, and they had a very good game. They played the game, they had the majority of the ball, but obviously Thibaut Courtois, the goalkeeper of Real Madrid, denied them lots of chances to go in and really get those chances at the back of the net. So guys, smash the like button, comment and share, and subscribe to this channel, guys, because if I told you subscribe, you'll be supporting us by really growing huge in numbers. Now, tomorrow, Man City is going to pay a visit to Wolverhampton Wanderers, but remember, Wolverhampton Wanderers has just signed one of the players I've seen really go on and boss already bull all types of defenders in the world, and that is a man who goes by names of Diego Costa, the animal. That is Diego Costa, arriving at Wolverhampton Wanderers as a free agent. He comes in at a very tricky time where Wolverhampton Wanderers is not good at really scoring goals, but in a game like this at the Molineux, with how Wolves play, and Wolves really making it hard for Man City to win most of the times, amidst Man City being able to win, you expect lots of things to happen, because now they are having a very verified number 9 who can really bull anyone, and is good in the air, is good on the feet, he uses the energy. So I just want to see how this guy is going to go ahead and really bull a side which goes by the names of Manchester City. And let me show you the stats before I really get into the Man City lineup, because for Wolverhampton Wanderers it does not really mean a lot for me to come in here and really do it like that, because I know the fans are little. That's why I'm really chipping in little players, and I'm going to come in here and really talk about player per player and how I expect them to stand. But Wolverhampton Wanderers and Man City have played 16 games in between them. Wolves has won 4, Man City has won 10, 19 goals scored by Wolverhampton Wanderers and 36 scored by Man City, 21 clean sheets, 2 clean sheets by Wolverhampton Wanderers and 5 by Man City. That is the head-to-head brought to you by BBC. So that is the head-to-head of a team which goes by names of Man City versus Wolverhampton Wanderers. Now, where does this lead us to? It leads us to the following, that most of you are here to watch onto this channel, and obviously I can't really put you off. Let's go into that lineup of Man City. We expect Pep Guardiola to come up and really line up against a side which goes by the names of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Remember, Man City just survived a beating from a side which goes by the names of Borussia Dortmund on Tuesday. Was it Wednesday? I think it was on Wednesday. You watched all that game. It was John Stones who came in for the rescue. He scored a screamer from the 18 yards box area. Then Haaland went ahead to really score late in the game to earn them that win in there for you at what we call Etihad Stadium. But remember that it was Jude Bellingham who put Dortmund ahead at the beginning of the second half, and it was written all over a win for Man City. Now, let's wait and see how this game is going to go. But obviously, me and my team at Rokani Media Football, we've gone ahead to really bring you the starting 11. Edson Morales, obviously, we expect him to be in goal for a side which goes by the names of Man City. And he's known for not being a very good shot stopper, but obviously, he is really a player that really helps them get that possession as they want it. He's really confident with the ball, press resistant. He's a player that is good at ball distribution, and those references always given to him, he really receives them well, and then gets all puts in a perfect pass from him to go into the advanced areas of the pitch. Then John Stones, I know he's going to play as a right back because Kyle Walker is not yet back, and even if he's back, you can't really put him into a game of such a magnitude because Wolverhampton Wanderers have technically gifted players, the likes of Podence, Pedro Neto, Ruben Neves. There is Matthias, the guy they got from Sporting Lisbon, plays that midfield area. Then which other player do they have? They have very talented players. They have a good crop of Portuguese players who are really talented. So we expect John Stones to go on and really start in the right back as they play side which goes against the Wolverhampton Wanderers. And the reason is simple. There is no way a manager can't reward a player who scored him a goal outside the 10 yards box area to really save him from the embarrassment that had been unleashed by Borussia Dortmund. Then left back, obviously, you know the man, Cancelo, is just untouchable, and he's really one of those players that I really love to see play, even if he plays for Man City, a team that I really hate because I really support Manchester United. Then Akanji, I know Akanji, he's really going to dominate into that central defense. Ever since he came in through, I've never seen Man City play a game without Akanji. You know that very well. So it's really calling for Akanji, and obviously Ruben Diaz is returning from injury. We expect him to play a part into this game of football as Man City visits the Wolves at Molineux. So that's the back four, and let's wait and see. Rodri is playing in a single pivot of Man City, and he is really a very certified player who plays that position, and he's really giving hard time for a man who goes by Calvin Phillips to come in and play into that position. And this is when Calvin Phillips is going to know that maybe he made a bad choice to join Man City. And some people will say that, Rokani, you are just a sadist. You just don't wish Calvin Phillips well because he refused to come to Manchester United and he went to Man City. But I believe if Calvin Phillips came in at Manchester United, there would have been a huge chance for him to come in and really play a part in the United team other than that side of Man City, because no sooner had he arrived at Man City, the injuries kicked in. After the injuries kick in, he returns, he's coming from the bench. You get? So, let's wait and see when he's really fit. Maybe the manager can trust him to play some games. But Rodri is irreplaceable, and Calvin Phillips needs to work his ass off to really get Rodri out of that position. Kevin De Bruyne, guys, one of the best midfielders in the world. To me, at the level he's playing at, he's even better than Luka Modric, according to me, because he has a lot to his game that every game he keeps surprising us. That is a man who goes than Kevin De Bruyne. Then Ilkay Gundogan, obviously remaining at Man City because he was responsible for those 2 goals that really saved Man City from a humiliation of Aston Villa. And if at all they had really lost that game or drawn that game, it would have been a title given to Liverpool. Obviously, that never went the way they wanted. That is Aston Villa, but a team which goes by the names of Liverpool. Sorry, but the team which goes by the names of Man City came up and we did the needful in there for you. So, that is the midfield 3 of Man City. And now, the front 3. We are having, I think Phil Foden is going to come in for Jack Grealish. To me, I believe Jack Grealish is a flop. He played a single full season, nothing positive coming out of him. And people have always come out and really said Jack Grealish is good. Obviously, he's good, but I believe he's a player not meant for Pep Guardiola. I think if he went to Chelsea, Spurs, Manchester United, or maybe Chelsea, he would have been an impactful player. But playing at a team which goes by the names of Man City, he has failed to me. It has failed. So Pep Guardiola wants him to go on and really replicate the stats of Raheem Sterling. Raheem Sterling used to score 20 goals a season with some good number of assists, making his tally close to 30 or making 30 goal involvements in the entire season. So Jack Grealish is really alarming. He's really alarming for Man City, and obviously he's not doing well. Even today, Paul Scholes has come out and said he would have taken Jadon Sancho instead of Jack Grealish into the recently invited squad by the English manager Gary Southgate. So Phil Foden, expect him to come in through and start, because in the game of Borussia Dortmund he came off the bench and really put in a very good performance in there. The other player that is not going to start, according to me, I believe Riyad Mahrez is not going to start tomorrow. I think Bernardo Silva is going to lead the line for a side which goes by names of Man City, and obviously the constant Erling Haaland. This guy in 8 games, he has played 6 games in the Premier League and 2 games in the Champions League. In all of those games, he has 12 goals in 8 games. So it shows you how he's really a high scoring striker. And obviously in the Premier League, he has, is it 10 goals? I think he has 10 goals. No, he has 9 goals in the Premier League in 6 matches. It shows you how much this guy is really trying to go on and score. So to me, Erling Haaland is starting because he's a constant, and it shows you that the defense of Wolverhampton Wanderers needs to be on alert for a man who goes by the names of Erling Haaland. When you look at a team which goes by names of Wolverhampton Wanderers and how we expect them to be standing, according to me, they are going to be having Sa in goal, Johnny Kiliman Cones and Antinuri, that is the back 4. Nunes, Neves and João Moutinho in the midfield 3, and then Pedro Neto, Hwang and Podence leading the line. But you know very well that the manager of Wolverhampton Wanderers almost plays sometimes the system of 3-5-2, especially when he's really playing a big team. So I expect him to play with 3 central defenders and maybe 2 wing backs to really fit his system very, very well. So my prediction, it's not going to be an easy game for Man City, but I believe they're really going to take the win, as they've always done. Wolverhampton Wanderers has always been doing the attack, left, right and center, but guess what happens? Obviously, Man City has a lion's share of the possession and it goes ahead to really score. But what's going to make a difference in this game is Diego Costa. Even if he comes in and plays 30 minutes only, I know they're going to feel him. Will the central defense partnership of Kanji and Diaz stop a man who goes by the names of Diego Costa? That is it, because he's a bully. He's a bully. He's going to knock them out of the game. You get? He's going to threaten them. And this guy is clinical. Diego Costa is a clinical striker. And obviously, let's wait and see what's going to happen into this game of football as Wolverhampton Wanderers hosts Man City at Molineux tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching again. Smash the like button. Tell me what you think about this game of football. That is Wolverhampton Wanderers and Man City. I've given you my preview, but obviously my prediction, 90% goes to Man City winning this game by 2-1. I know they're going to concede. Because Wolverhampton Wanderers has not been a high-scoring side because they've been lacking a centre forward. Their centre forward, they used to have got a problem with his head, and he's not all that lethal. Ever since he returned, he's not all that lethal. But the coming in of Diego Costa, I don't know whether it's going to be started by the manager. Let's wait and see what is going to happen. And secondly, Diego Costa gives you a real presence, and Wolverhampton Wanderers can come into Bruno Raj can maybe change his system and say, all right, I'm going to go for the long ball, because even if you go for the long ball, Diego Costa can go in and really receive it. Now, the pace of Pedro Neto and Podence out from the outside flanks of the field, or from the wide flanks of the field, just give you an assurance that this defense of Man City is really going to be on a huge test, because they really have talented players. Players like Ruben Neves, outside the 18 yards box area, he's deadly. And even if he does not finish you that way, he can really put in a cross that can really get you finished, or he can even score a goal himself. And it's going to be a battle between Ruben Neves and a man who goes by the names of Rodri. So who is going to cancel out the other? Let's wait and see in that game of football. But this game really reminds me of how a team which goes by names of Wolves played at the new White Lane Stadium. That is the stadium of Spurs. Spurs scored late, but Wolverhampton Wanderers had most of the ball. They created very many chances. They couldn't score. That is the problem they're really having. So the coming in of Diego Costa might give them what we call the cutting edge to get this done and dusted. Do you think as I think? If not, or if so, into the comment section, tell me what you think about this game of football, Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Man City. Right now, Southampton is playing Aston Villa at Villa Park. The game is 0-0, 30 minutes played, and let's wait and see where this game of football is going to end. Nottingham Forest is ahead of, is it Leicester City? What team are they playing? It's not Leicester. Let me check here. There is Nottingham Forest is playing a certain team. Nottingham is playing Fulham, and Nottingham Forest is leading Fulham by 1-0, and that's the result as per now. How many minutes played? 29 minutes, close to 30. That's what is happening there, guys. I sign out for now. See you later. Don't forget to subscribe. Make it a point to really say a prayer before you go to bed. Remember, God is good and God works. I'm out.